Welcome back to another video. Today I just wanted to briefly go over my 2022 Elantra N, and hopefully this video can help anybody who's in the market or who's thinking about trading in their car for one. Hopefully any of these key points I make can be beneficial to you guys. So first, of course, I'm going to start off with the front grille. I know many people are not fond of the black, and I understand because before I had it, I wasn't either fond of the black. But they kind of went with that Audi look. I feel like a lot of Audis are now coming out with this front grille similar to it. And you can always take it to a body shop to get painted or vinyl wrap it. Those are a couple options that I'm thinking about later down the line as well. So on the front hood there is a H emblem. It's pretty massive and you cannot remove it because if you do, there's two big holes that will be left in your hood. That to me is, not that very convenient, but we did go ahead and replace it with a hood cover emblem. So pretty much it's just like a piece that covers the holes and it kind of blends in with the front, if you will. And to me, it just made it look a little bit more clean. And yeah, just, something different if you guys choose to do that. And it comes with 19-inch wheels. The cool little N logo on the brakes is one of my favorite things. The N logo's on the hubcap. And then you got the N on the bottom trim piece of the door, which I like. I like that they added the red accent as well, just to kind of make it look a little bit more sporty. And then here's a side view of the car. Of course, they did go ahead and add the indents to the side of the door, which I think just adds some type of structure to the car. And then here you just got the N logo lit up on the driver and passenger seats, which is also a cool little detail that they added. That's something that actually sold me on buying this car, just personal preference. And then here's the back view. To me, it's all around flows really nice. I love the little spoiler that they have on the rear. They did also have, the Elantra emblem on the back, and we did go ahead and remove that like the second day we had it, just because I prefer more of a clean look. And yeah, I really appreciate, the black antenna on the top of the car as well. And I'm doing a voiceover because I pre-recorded this, but it didn't come out as well as I wanted. So yeah, here I am just showing you guys the roomy trunk that it has, which was another thing that sold me on the car. This car actually has a lot of room. It's very comparable to like a Honda Accord, like a 2018 one. They're very roomy cars in my opinion. But I was saying that here on the trunk, it's missing like a latch to pull down to close it. So that's something I'm not really, too happy about because you have to touch the actual car to close it. So, maybe there's an aftermarket latch that we can add into it later. I did also add some tinting to the taillights to the lower part. It has a lot of black on the car already, so I just figured that would be a nice contrast as well. And then here we are at the interior, which is my favorite part because can we just say how dope the ambient lighting is? Like, that is so cool to me. I've never had a car with that. So also something else that sold me on it. And here's a closer up view of the N logos lit up on the seats, which of course is just another plus to make the car just so much more exciting and fun to drive, I feel like. The chairs are Alcantara in the middle, leather on the outer parts, and then baby blue stitching, which I love because the N Performance Blue just ties in little pieces of the car, which, are just nice details to have. Makes it feel a little bit more luxury, if you will. And I did go ahead and add some, bling diamonds to the center of the H, which I just thought were super cute off Amazon. I got them pretty cheap. And then here I added one. You're going to see me put on the lights in a second, but I added one to the push to start area as well, just to kind of make it a little more girly and the car more me. And we have it currently right now in N mode. N mode is so fun because here I'm pointing to the two N buttons that you can actually customize. The right N button is always N mode, and then the left N button is you can toggle through different modes of the car. So if you want to drive it in sport mode, there's normal mode, and then this one's eco mode here. And it's really cool because when you're driving, I'm always in N mode because it's the loudest, it's the funnest to be in. But when the car's popping, it usually pops around like 4,000 RPMs. And say that there's a cop driving by and you don't want them to know that that was you, you just push the N button on the other side and you can go to like eco mode or regular normal mode, and it will shut the exhaust, so the cops won't necessarily know it was you. And I love that because cops in California are jerks, so that's just really convenient to kind of have fun still. Here, the navigation, I love the big screen. I did not have this in my other car, so to me, it's a total upgrade. I love, the clarity of the screen. Yeah, that to me is just another plus within the vehicle. And real quick, I don't know if you guys caught it in the last clip, but depending on what mode you're in, the ambient lighting changes to it, and that is stock from the factory. So like right now it's, I think, in sport mode, but here it's in eco mode, so it's green. And then this is normal mode, which is like a blue, like a light blue. And then you have, I think I changed it to sport mode again, and it's red. N mode is red as well, but you'll see once I hold the button down, it'll give you the option to go to your custom settings if you already had set one up prior. And so like my prior setting was to have it purple, the ambient lighting. So you can see here that it did go to the purple, and then the custom screen, which is where you can change your suspension to be softer or more hard, and your steering and stuff like that. So I just thought that was really cool. It kind of remembers the last setting that you had your ambient lighting to. There is also quite a bit of customization you can do within the home screen. You can pretty much change a lot on the car, but it's pretty straightforward. Just like any other vehicle, you would just either read the manual or kind of play with it, and you'll figure it out. It's not that difficult. There is a lot, but it's pretty straight to the point. You can see here. We did also change the lights out here in the front and then in the rear as well, just to white LEDs. And the ones that came factory are yellow, and they weren't as bright. So I just wanted something, so I could see better like at night and stuff like that. And then here I just was briefly talking about the windshield wipers, which kind of was a little bit confusing, especially when it was raining a few weeks ago here. My husband even noticed as well, like the speed that you would put it on, it wouldn't match up to the settings, because there's like an intermediate, a low, I don't know, a high or something. But pretty much it was a little bit confusing. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind. You kind of have to play with it a little bit to figure it out. But not a big deal, Here I was also pointing out the fact that the up and down arrow to toggle through your playlist, like when you're listening to music, the down button is actually for the next song, and the up button is for the previous song, which to me was a little bit confusing because I was used to the up arrow being for the next song. So that's also something, you know, that you'll have to kind of get used to as well. So a few things I wanted to kind of point out that I wasn't really fond of was here on the door, the side bottom, you know, piece where you usually have an area to put a water bottle or something. There's no room there. You really can't put anything in there, unfortunately. Probably just one little piece of paper. But, you know, at least it will help you probably keep less trash in there. So I guess you could kind of look at it as a plus. And I wanted to point out that on the doors, there is also Alcantara and Bose speakers that it comes with. I believe it's a 8-inch subwoofer. So, you know, there's a little bass in there, which is also a plus. Here, this little thing, I don't know what or why they included that. I know it's in the N-line version of the Elantra, and there was something there in that car. But in this car, pretty much it's useless. I don't know why they kept it, because nothing's there. It's just like a sticker or something that I don't know what to do with. But anyways, here there is a charging pad. It's a little hard to see, but you could place your phone on there, of course. If it has a cover but no pop socket, it'll fit perfectly. But yeah, in the instructions, it also says not to put anything metal on that area. I guess because with the charging, it'll kind of malfunction or something. But that is the slowest charging pad, I will say. If you're trying to charge a dead phone, don't count on it to charge anything, to be honest, because it's just extremely slow. Here, of course, you have to have your USB plugged in if you want to use Apple CarPlay. I did think that the actual car came with Apple CarPlay installed, but I learned that unfortunately you have to have it plugged in with the USB to work. So a little bummer for me, but you know, it's fine. At least I still get it if I have it plugged into my phone. And then as we go to the back seats, another downfall is the back seats do not have any cup holders. I was mind blown a little bit because I've never seen a car without any cup holders in the back. So, you know, if that's something you guys are looking into or need, don't count on it being there. But it is roomy. I will say that. You know, there's the Alcantara on the back seats as well, and the leather. And then here, it's not the best view, of course, but there is a lot of room. You have to sit in it in order to really see how much room the car has. And then here we are again on the outside of the car. I just briefly wanted to go over some extra things, which is this is my first manual car. So it's been really fun to learn in. You know, the gears are smooth, the clutch is really smooth, it's not too stiff. Everything about this car I love so far. It does have hill assist when I'm on, you know, big inclines, which is helpful, especially when you're learning manual. Hills are kind of scary, so that's very convenient. A downfall, however, is that the gas mileage, you're not going to get this car and think that you're going to get 40 miles a gallon. Like, it's just not realistic. You can get anywhere on average from, depending how well you drive in the beginning, my husband was getting only like 13 miles to the gallon, which is really, really bad. But if you're driving good, you know, speed limit, then you're probably going to get like 20 average on the street and then close to 30 on the highway. It's like about 26-ish, I would say. So not too bad, but you know, it's not the best gas saver either. Overall, I think the car is definitely worth it, in my opinion. You know, with all the cool little details and features and customization you can do, I definitely think Hyundai did well with keeping it in a reasonable market. You know, right now there is nothing else on the market with this price point that has all the performance and all just the little tiny details that really make, you know, car enthusiasts excited and happy to drive every day. So thank you guys for tuning in to today's video. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Please give the video a like so we can make more like this, and we will catch you guys in the next one.